before we're like kind of ready to get into it.
I'm fine. What do I do when we're ready to show the video? Do we
if you just give a cue, I guess I'll be listening on the other side of the glass, and I can get us right into it.
Okay.
Why don't we want to do it early on?
Oh yeah. You want to start with the video and?
Sure. Do you care which one?
Nope.
Cool.
Super. Good job.
Very important. I shut off my ringer.
Anyone who strained my liberty never has forgiven me. I ran a field, seemingly so evergreen and libertine, till I became frightened of the danger in the nightclub. I looked to trade away that hell for this cell. And here we are, so near, so far from everything that's dear. When I thought that I loved you, that was only Stockholm Syndrome, Stockholm Syndrome. When I thought that I needed you, well, that was Stockholm Syndrome, Stockholm Syndrome. When I thought that I would never leave you, that was Stockholm Syndrome, Stockholm Syndrome. What I really needed was to go home. Everything was still and safe, familiar with my killer's face. I was away the hours, 0, 1, 2, 3, for you to come for me. But when my heart finally wandered, my sanity responded, and I pined for the light behind the light. And the day beyond I've waited on has come my way today. When I said that I love you, that was only Stockholm Syndrome, Stockholm Syndrome. When I said that I needed you, well, that was Stockholm Syndrome, Stockholm Syndrome. When I said that I would never leave you, that was Stockholm Syndrome, Stockholm Syndrome. What I really needed was to go home. Home is where the heart dies, where we part ways with the barflies. Home is where I hang my hate. Is it any wonder I've been getting home late? When I told you I loved you, that was only Stockholm Syndrome, Stockholm Syndrome. When I told you I needed you, well, that was Stockholm Syndrome, Stockholm Syndrome. When I told you I would never leave you, that was Stockholm Syndrome, Stockholm Syndrome. What I really needed was to go home. When I thought that I loved you, that was only Stockholm Syndrome, Stockholm Syndrome. When I thought that I needed you, well, that was Stockholm Syndrome, Stockholm Syndrome. When I thought that I would never leave you, that was Stockholm Syndrome, Stockholm Syndrome. What I really needed was to go.
Oh.
Yes, the Storrow Drive Nighthawk show. Yes, here live. We just played the Daylilies.
Indeed.
Tell us about the band. Ad Frank is here, gang. Ad Frank.
Hello.
The Storrow Drive Nighthawk show, live in Cambridge. Live.
That was Stockholm Syndrome. That's a song. Well, it's a video we did during COVID. The song's about being kind of socially awkward and kind of straddling that line between needing human contact and being terrified of human contact, and then COVID happened, and we felt it was the right song for the right moment, so we made the video, all in different rooms for the most part, and about being isolated, about being tied up in a basement, essentially, metaphorically.
This is Ad Frank's new band, gang. Ad Frank, who's been playing music in the Boston area for 25 years, I believe.
Oh, at least.
Miles Death Muffin. He played with Lifestyle. Of course, he had his own shows under the moniker Ad Frank.
Ad Frank and the Fast Easy Women. They'll be really angry with me if I leave them out.
I mean, he's worked with, more musicians than I even can count off here. For sure. Yeah,
Indeed.
yeah. We're going to get to some lifestyle stories in a little while. We want to give a shout out to Jussie and Sean from Freeze Pop and Rick Webb, who's out there. And
He's in one of the Carolinas now, North Carolina, I believe.
yes, and he had his own record label.
Yes, Arch Enemy. Yeah, I had the last Fast Easy Women album came out on Arch Enemy Records, and that's why I am as famous.
Tell the mic that.
Oh, hello. The last Ad Frank and the Fast Easy Women came out on Arch Enemy Records, and that's why I'm famous, and that's why I'm here on television right now.
This man plays live music for generations now. Yeah.
Many generations. I have 12-year-old fans. I have 12-year-old fans, and I have 62-year-old fans. That's 50 years.
Now that's the way to do it. If you don't know Ad Frank, you're going to know after tonight. Here on the Storrow Drive Nighthawk Show. My name's Austin. I got the pride of Melrose here. I want to kind of run through some quick questions here. Your childhood, where you grew up?
You just said it yourself. Melrose, Massachusetts represents.
Melrose, Mass. Oh,
Yes.
I could smell the flowers from here.
Home of the Sally Frank Farmers Market.
Run by a family member.
My mom established the Sally Frank Farmers Market in Melrose, and she's more famous than I am.
Google the Sally Frank Museum in Melrose.
Yes.
And what do they sell?
Farmers market stuff, vegetables, spinach, legumes,
Fresh produce.
aubergine, and much to her chagrin, artisanal soaps for $8. She's not down with a $8 bar of soap, but to each his own. And
Hey.
she's made way for a new generation, and they want to pay $8 for a bar of soap.
It's organic.
Or something.
Hey, I would if it smelled good. And my friend wanted me to. You want some gum?
No, thank you.
Okay. I've enjoyed getting the gift of soap, especially if it's not if it's not Dial or I don't know what else.
So
is
you
there?
like a nice
Dove.
artisanal soap with
I
some
do.
oatmeal and some lavender and.
If they had like a kind of a mint,
exfoliating-
maybe a mint,
Oh, mint. Okay, I'll look.
like a spearmint.
I get a discount still.
Oh,
I
good.
just tell them who I am, and they treat me like royalty.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. I'm so excited to have you here, Ad. Now I've always wondered, Ad Frank. You say to yourself, Ad Frank. A.D.
As
Frank.
I often do.
And so
I
I
say that
asked.
to myself, Ad Frank.
I found out today for the first time what the AD stands for.
Yeah, it's very anticlimactic. It's short for Adam. It's what my mom calls me. It's not, I came of age at the same time as Frank Black, but it's not. Nothing as
Nothing to
contrived
do
or
with-
interesting as that. I just say it's Adam. It's just shorter, just like,
Nothing to do with Black Francis.
Michael, Mike, Adam, Ad. It's just not that I know
Uh-huh. And you've been called Ad maybe for a while?
of. Since I was as long as I can remember. Yeah.
Love it. Giving you the full tour, that's the outside angle.
Oh yeah. Oh hello people.
So I live 2 hours away. I was a little surprised when I showed up here earlier that there's a crack in the windshield. Somebody broke the window, and I was told that was either Monday or Tuesday of this week. So
Something
there's
controversial
there's a
must have been
vandal.
happening.
There's a vandal out here.
Somebody must have been drinking the gay Bud Light.
Could be.
Yeah.
Or, something
That
strong.
gets people angry. I don't know why, but I had some Bud Light. It didn't make me gay. I was very disappointed.
Don't steal that joke, gang. That's an Ad Frank original.
Oh no, you can steal it. It's fine.
Tell me your earliest band.
Oh gosh. In high school, I started a band. I think we were called the Vikings or something, and that evolved. That was with some a classmate of mine and his cousin from Malden. I grew up in Melrose. Malden was the next town over, and from there I met a bunch of Malden musicians, including Linda Bean Pardee of the Chelsea Curve, who was my collaborator off and on over the last 4 decades. Now she's in the Chelsea Curve, doing really, really well. Kevin Coombs, Adam Goodwin, who is in my band right now with the Daylilies. So, made some lifelong friendships in Malden, but that was the Vikings. We became, eventually we switched some members, became Miles Death Muffin, became Permafrost.
I remember all these.
And yeah, that was it for a while. And then I started the Fast Easy Women.
Amazing. Now, did you live in Alston?
I did live in Alston. I lived in Lower Alston, L.A.
But not at Haskell Street.
No, I lived on Franklin Street and South Waverly. It's funny, on my way here, there was this guy who, I won't say his name, but he used to...
Lower Alston, gang, just to tell you real fast, is an area of Alston that's kind of, off the pike, I would say.
Yeah, it's the other side of the pike from Alston proper.
Very cool area. Always been super suburban, but I'm sorry. Yes.
No, it wasn't. It was kind of suburban now that I think of it. Yeah, it was just a cheap place to live. There was a guy who used to just hang out both here in Central Square and also kind of around Bunratty's, who used to try to pick up young smooth young men like myself and bring them home and
George? I forgot.
No, I don't want to say his name, but I just saw him like 5 minutes ago. And he was talking to a guy, and I thought he was dead because at the time he seemed ancient to me, but he was probably only 45. But so he'd be 65 now, 75. But yeah, he was talking to another young man, and I don't know. I hope that young man has his wits about him.
Yeah, bringing back Alston flashbacks.
Oh my God, yeah.
I probably saw you at the Model Cafe many nights.
Well, I may have seen you, but I don't remember anything about it. So I'll take your word for it.
That Model Cafe, right?
I thought it was pronounced Model, but I'll
the Model.
I'll take your word for it.
There you go. Now you know you're a true Bostonian. The Model. They said Babe Ruth used to drink there in the 20s. I think it was the 20s.
I believe it. Yeah.
But Babe Ruth would play games at Fenway Park, and then somehow he'd take a cab or whatever and go over to the Model/Model Cafe, which is still there on North Beacon Street. It's still one of my more preferred bars to check out, although it hasn't really done a lot, particularly exciting. It's kind of the same old thing.
It's always had ups and downs. We used to go there in the late 80s, and it'd be dead. It'd be just cheap and dead, and that's what we wanted. And then 10 years later, it was just packed every night. So it'll have its heyday again.
Yeah, remember the pool table they had?
Yeah.
And how it was in such a cramped environment. The pool table at the Model Cafe, you would have a short stick. For half of your shots, you would have to go around the table, right? If you were playing a game of pool, they were smart enough to put the pool table right next to the wall, so you had this much space between the wall and the pool table to you had to literally use a little stick. They had a smaller stick. It was fucked up. It was weird.
Wow.
Model.
Your memories of the Model are much more vivid than mine.
Do you know who Dave Unger is?
Yes, I do.
Random Road Mother.
Yeah, vaguely. We didn't. In the 90s, I was always.
Now he's in White Dynamite.
Yeah, White Dynamite. No, I'm a big fan. But in the 90s, we didn't. If you were in a sort of sissy, jangly art rock band like I was, you didn't associate with people who played in harder bands.
He's kind
except for at Copy Cop, everybody worked at Copy Cop, so they talk to one another there, but we kind of shunned one another, which is stupid, but
interesting. I wouldn't call your bands sissy bands. They were more just kind of Beatley pop. They were we don't need to turn the amp on so loud that it's like a Black Sabbath song. We need to kind of keep the levels kind of so it's melodic, and new wave maybe.
Yeah, new wave has a much kinder connotation now in the 20s than it did in the 90s. So Yeah. At the time, it was a very, very bad.
Way back
Think
when.
we know this,
Yeah, way back when. Yeah. What are you gonna bring up disco now? Let's see.
like.
Funnest gigs played. Can you? I guess you were in Lifestyle. You play guitar with Lifestyle. That's
I did
Sean
pl-
Drinkwater.
Yeah, I did. I was kind of the Warren Cucurullo of lifestyle. Like, I was not the most famous or the most. I was not the founding member of Lifestyle, but I was probably in it for the longest of any guitarist, and yeah, it was fun. We had some fun shows, did some fun tours, but
Tell me more. Tell me more about other shows you played with the Fast Women, the Fast.
well, the nice thing about sticking around long enough is you sort of God, I mean this with love, but you get to see your heroes kind of on the way down. So I got to open up for like American Music Club, like my absolute favorite band in the 90s. Got to open up for Vic Chestnut once very early on in his career and once shortly before he died, and he's another one of my heroes. So that was fantastic. He told me. Well, background. For some reason that night I chose to wear just a V-neck sweater with a tie and a shirt, a collared shirt, and he at the end of the night he told me I was a Presbyterian David Bowie. So that's I'll take when I'm on my breathing my last breaths in the nursing home, I'll think Vic Chestnut called me a Presbyterian David Bowie, and that's a life well lived.
And so you know Sean Drinkwater and Jussie from Freeze Pop then?
Yeah, I in the late '90s, I kind of when the permafrost broke up, I was kind of moved to New York, and that all kind of fell through, and I was very suddenly.
You were in Permafrost too?
Yeah.
Wow. I've heard of all these bands.
Oh yeah, well I'll give you a whole package. I should have brought one with you. Yeah, listening pleasure, hours of listening pleasure, or hours of listening, minutes of pleasure.
Now, yeah, it's all guitar. You were a guitarist and singer.
Yeah, and in that band, and the Fast Easy Women, I just sang.
Nice. Did you prefer that?
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot less to think about.
Yeah.
I wasn't better at it, but it was
more liberating to not have to play an instrument and just be able to walk around with the mic, right?
I can only really do one thing well at a time.
No way.
I can't,
you can do like 3 things.
No, that's nice of you to say.
You could play guitar, sing,
dance,
whatever, shake around, hit the right pedals.
Yeah, okay, that's 4 things. Okay, you're right. But yeah, that's.
And now let's talk about the show you're playing.
Good.
Frank is playing with his new band, the Daylilies, right up the road here at the Lizard Lounge.
Indeed.
This Saturday.
Yes, May 27th, I believe.
Make sure you tell people.
May 27th, Saturday, May 27th. And we're playing at the Lizard Lounge. We go on last.
Headlining.
You could call it that.
But shows these days start early now.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Me too.
Right? They start about 7, 8. They're done by 11, 12.
Even in my 20s, I didn't understand why bands had to go on so late. I've never had a really high tolerance for that. But yeah, it's Old Jack's residency. Old Jack, great band. They sound kind of like Joe Cocker, Mad Dogs, and Englishman tour. He's been doing this residency at the Lizard Lounge for almost 10 years. Last Saturday of every month. And obviously there was a couple years break during COVID, but the Lizard Lounge is back, and Old Jack's Last Saturdays is back. And we'll be playing there with him and Devil Love, and it should be a really good night. It's a great room.
Interesting. And that show kicks off at 8 o'clock?
I think Devil Love go on at 9 or shortly before 9, and then Old Jack at 10, us at 11.
11 o'clock.
And done. Home. We'll be done by midnight. You'll be home and in bed by 12:30.
And that
not bad for a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Even if you're old, like some of us. Nobody in this room, of course.
Love it. So any particular gigs that you recall, maybe where you were, I don't know, doing a chicken fight in the, or like, There must be a show that comes to mind, maybe at TT's, maybe, right?
Oh yeah, right next door. God, TT's. I probably spent over like $40,000 at TT's. Gosh, nothing I want to talk about on TV. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
What was the biggest crowd you think you might have played for?
Oh, very early on, Miles Sethman, we played at UMass, and we played a festival at
UMass Boston?
Yeah, no, UMass Amherst. And
Amherst.
We opened for
That's another one of my alma mater schools.
Oh yeah, Amherst or
yeah, I live in Western Mass now.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
I live in NoHo.
You came. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we were right there in right next
UMass
to
Amherst.
Oh man, Northampton. I had a girlfriend from Northampton. She went to
oh, maybe I know
Smith.
her.
No. But I remember getting off the bus at. No, I guess I drove out. This was Northampton, Massachusetts in 1989, and I got out there. I had long hair down to here, and my paisley untucked shirt, and my jeans with rips in them, and my necklace, and I looked around at Northampton. And every guy I saw looked exactly like me. I was like the B girl. I thought I'd been set free. I was like, wow, this is where I've come home to my people. But I don't know if it's still like that. But that's what it was like in 1989.
To this day, people dress in flannel. They have a black shirt, black pants,
No paisley,
short hair. You know, they're in trim and they're physically fit and they're healthy. They're ready to do jiu-jitsu.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound punk at all.
I'm just trying to be funny. But yes, Northampton's great. It's known for being a lesbian scene.
Okay.
Or very liberal. It's a very liberal town.
Everything's better with the gays when the gays are around.
I think so.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Yep. Some people call it lesbianica.
Lesbianica. All right.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back.
Yeah. I had my car at a garage today, and one of my favorite lesbian auto mechanics was there working. Desiree, giving you a shout out. Desiree Frank, Northampton. Literally, I was having car issues, and I had to go over to the garage and say, "Hey, check out my car." I got a car with 195,000 miles on it, and the roof, whatchamacallit, the roof fabric is all dangling in the back of the car.
Oh yeah.
So that's not good. So.
It sounds fun. It sounds like being at a party with streamers and just.
Yeah, well, not when you're
just
driving.
Need a disco ball in the middle, and you'll just be partying all the time when you're driving.
I wish.
From Northampton to Cambridge.
Yeah, but so she helped me. We pinned it up and stuff like that.
Excellent.
Got the car look safe. I guess I had.
Desiree.
Yes, Desiree Frank. I had, strangely enough.
Oh wow.
Isn't that odd?
Yeah, she's not a relative as far as I know, but.
Yeah.
I don't know all my relatives, I guess.
Yeah.
Desiree. Oh,
Right.
Desiree.
I invited Ad Frank to play some music tonight, but he's kind of, he's got a band with a lead singer named Laura, and he wants to make sure we promote her.
I didn't want to falsely advertise the show. I don't want to blow you away with my beautiful singing voice, and then have you show up at the Lizard and be like, oh, it's not him singing.
But for for a little bit of compensation by way of maybe trading CDs, we might have Ad Frank on again, maybe to play acoustic guitar on a future Storrow Drive Nighthawk show. Again, we want to thank Cambridge. We want to remind everybody that the show ends in about 4 minutes. We've discussed your current band, your current gigs.
Take it out with a video.
How you stay in optimal physical shape.
Okay, let's take it out with a video then.
Yes, let's do that.
You ready, Josh?
We'll have to check and see. We're going to take it out with a daily video.
From early dawn, how the day was getting on your fear outruns it. Now comes the sunset, it's a thing of wonder, a rush of color with the ideal view, and the best you can do is just stare into the sunlight, stare into the sun, preparing for the one night when your face is
W Entertainment Network. W Entertainment Network presenta.
Hoy tendremos una entrevista con uno de los cantantes que llenara todos los sitios donde se presentara en Cabo Verde y aquí en los Estados Unidos entre la comunidad caboverdiana. Storrow de Pina, que vino a los estudios a mostrar su música. Y no solamente eso, también hizo mancuerna con una de las cantantes preferidas, Eleanor Dubinsky. No se lo puede perder, tenemos muchas cosas más. Regresamos ya.
Somos tu mundo, somos teu mundo. We are your world. Radio TV con Rosario Sueida, transmitiendo desde Boston, Massachusetts. Entrevistas, reportajes, información, temas de actualidad y mucha música. Somos tu mundo, somos teu mundo. We are your world.
Ahora sí vamos a presentar a Storrow de Pina.